Welcome to Talking Crue, an unofficial Motley Crue podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Humphrey, where I talk all things in the world of Motley Crue. This is episode 129 this week. John Corabi, Live 94, One Night in Nashville album review. But first, this week in Motley news, there is actually a little bit of it. John 5 rescheduled the first of 8 shows on his UK European tour that was supposed to take place in May, and he's moved those 8 shows to October. So check out john5.com for more information. Motley Crue is in the news this week. On Wednesday, they announced new merchandise to celebrate the 45th anniversary of the band with 5 new t-shirts for Too Fast for Love, Shout at the Devil, Theater of Pain, Girls, 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 and Dr. Feelgood. They all look really cool. I'm having a tough time deciding which one to get. You can pre-order yours now at motleyshop.com. They ship out late May or early June, so get yours today. And that's it in Motley news this week. Like I said, not a whole lot of it. Don't forget, tomorrow, Saturday, is Record Store Day. Motley Crue will release Livewire EP. I wish you guys good luck, and you can wish me good luck as well. If I get one, I will do a bonus episode tomorrow, so that's why you need to hit that subscribe button. Alright, so let's get right into this. This is episode 129, John Corabi, Live 94, One Night in Nashville. Album review is what I'm going to be talking about this week. On this week's episode, I'm just going to continue on what I'm calling the John Corabi series. I started it on episode 120, John Corabi Angoria Songs Review. Episode 121 was the Scream Let It Scream album review. Episode 122 was Union's debut album review. Episode 123 was Union Live in the Galaxy album review. Episode 124 was Union The Blue Room album review. Episode 125 was Union Do Your Own Thing live DVD review. Episode 126 was 24/7 Destination Everywhere album review. Episode 127 was ESP, or also known as the Eric Singer Project, Live in Japan album review. And last week was episode 128, John Corabi Unplugged album. And that leads us into this week. And this is John's second solo album. So let's go timeline on this. John went out on tour to support the Unplugged album. So there's my notes. In 2012 and 2013. Now in 2014, he was still playing some solo shows, but he was playing MC94 in its entirety. Then in 2015, he was pretty busy. He joined the Dead Daisies, plus he was still doing some solo shows on top of all of that as well. So now let's go info and facts on this album. It was recorded at the Basement in Nashville, Tennessee, just up the road from me, on October 27, 2015. It was produced by legendary producer Michael Wagner, who mixed Motley Crue's Too Fast for Love, the Leather Records version, in 1981. Plus, he's produced bands like Dokken, Extreme, Great White, Skid Row, and Striper, plus a tons more. The band itself is John Corabi on lead vocals, Jeremy Asbrook on guitar, who's played with Ace Frehley's solo band and Gene Simmons' solo band, and he is currently in John Corabi's solo band as we speak. Phil Schaus on guitar. He also played on Ace Frehley's solo band and Gene Simmons' solo band, and now he's the current guitar player for the band, except Tommy Daly, that's Daley, on guitar. Topher Nolan on bass, who I talked about on John Corabi's Unplugged album. And to round out the band is Ian Corabi on drums, John's son, and he's also in a band called Mura. I think that's how you say it, Mureau. To be perfectly honest, I've never heard of that band, but if you have, write me a comment down below and let me know, should I check this band out? The album was released on February 16, 2018. Now, before we go track by track, I just want to give you a friendly reminder. I did talk about the MC94 album on episode 16, so in case you missed it, go back and check that out. So now, let's go track by track. John Corabi, Live 94, One Night in Nashville. So, song number 1 is Power to the Music. They just go right into this one. Great crowd reaction. The band sounds incredible. Great live version. John says, we're going to have some fun tonight. Kind of towards the end of the song, but then they go right back into the song. It's so good. Song 2 is Uncle Jack. They go straight into this one. Great live version and great crowd reaction. Love it. Song 3 is Hooligan's Holiday. John says, let's do a sing-along on this one. And they go right into this. Fantastic live version. Crowd singing along. It's so freaking good. Then at the end of the song, John says, thank you. Let's see if you remember this one. And they go right into song number 4, Misunderstood. This sounds absolutely incredible live. The pickup part where the song builds and builds and just takes off sounds amazing. Even the crowd itself explodes at that part. It's so freaking good. Then at the end of the song, John says, well, you guys know what's next. Then we get into song number 5, and that is Love Shine. The band and John vocals sound fantastic on this one. Amazing live version. Love it. Great crowd response on this. At the end, John says, Ian, give me a groove on the drums. And then they go right into song 6, Poison Apples. I absolutely love this song. They go right into this. Like I said, I love this song. Record version, live version. Yeah, I love this song. It's just a good kick in the pants, good old-fashioned rock and roll song. It's so freaking good. Song 7, or track 7, I should say, is called Joining the Band. Now, John talks about joining Motley Crue. He talks about the phone call that he got from Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee, meeting them for the first time, the very first audition. He talks about the second audition. Kind of makes a little joke where he says, when Suit and Ties from the record company and lawyers and all that stuff was on one side of the room, and then on the other side of the room was Heather Locklear and Brandy Brent, Tommy's wife, Heather, at the time, and Nikki's wife at the time, Brandy. And he was like, it's more cooler to be on that side than with the suits and ties. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. Then he also talks about, he said he had this riff back in the Angoria days and he just couldn't find anything to fit it. The scream, he couldn't find anything to fit it. He played it for Nikki and Tommy and it became this song. Track number 8, or song number 8, Hammered. This song rocks. Incredible live version. I love it. Song 9 is Till Death Do Us Part. They go straight into this one. It's a great live version. I'm not a big fan of that song. If you listen or watch episode 16, yeah, I'm not that big of a fan of that, but I do like the live version. At the end, John says, thank you. He says, we weren't going to do this song, but thanks to Jeremy, we're going to do it. So if you like it, blame him. Song 10 is Welcome to the Numb. This sounds really good live. It's so good. I love it. Then at the end, John says, let's hit it, boys. Song 11, Smoke the Sky. They go right into this one. Killer live version of this. They smoke this one. No pun intended. Absolutely love this. It is so freaking good. Track 12 is John introducing the band. Then we get to track 13, and that's Dropping Like Flies. They go right into this one. Great live version. It's great. It's really great. At the end of the song, John says, "Thank you guys. Cheers." Song 14 is Drift Away. They go right into this one. Absolutely amazing live version. It's so freaking good. Great crowd response. At the end of the song, John says, "Thank you guys. Good night." Then there is a bonus track on this album right here. See if you can see it. 10,000 Miles Away. They go straight into this one. Fantastic live version. Great crowd response. I absolutely love this song. It is absolutely incredible. I don't know how it got left off of MC94. If it was up to me, I would have took Till Death Do Us Part and put this song on there. But that's just me. But yeah, definitely check out this song in case you've never heard it. 10,000 Miles Away. And that is the album. And that is my notes. So homework this week. Do you have this? John Corabi Live 94 one night in Nashville. And homework question number 2. Was you there in Nashville, Tennessee to see this show? Write me a comment down below. Would love to know. Next week, I'm going to continue on with the John Corabi series with a 2-part episode, starting with episode 130, The Dead Daisies, Part 1. I'll talk more about that next week and why I'm doing a 2 parts of the Dead Daisies. I'll explain that a little bit more. And that's it for this week. If you know anybody that's a Motley Crue fan, likes to talk about Motley Crue, hear about Motley Crue, send them this way. Hit that share button, copy the link, and send it to them. Tell them to go on Google, Firefox, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Internet Explorer, Windows 98, whoever else is out there, and tell them to type in Talking Crue. All the episodes will pop up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button yourself. Give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. It helps out the podcast a whole lot. I want to welcome all the new subscribers on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify. Welcome aboard. It's absolutely fantastic to have you here. I want to thank everybody who gives me thumbs ups and does homework questions. I love that as well. And that's it. I'll see you guys next Friday. And you just took a ride on the wild side.